Okay. Yeah. So hello everyone. Good morning and good evening for the people here from US. Okay. This is I think third day, right? I think yesterday we have started the React JS, right? So what is React JS and some features we have discussed about the React JS, and we also discuss how to create the first application and how to start. I mean, first how to create the React JS application and how to load the generated project to the web storm and how to start the server. We have seen that up to yesterday's class. Okay, so we have see uh, on the home page, we got the URL. So default port number is 3000 for React.js, and this is the React.js homepage. And when you see the source code, it has created these many files. So in this class, let's understand what is the folder structure and what is the control flow and how I got this. Um, one minute, so how I got this thing and how to change this, how to create our own components and how to apply the various styles using CSS as well as Bootstrap, and we'll do some examples also using the CSS and Bootstrap. Okay, so let's start today's session. So first of all, as soon as you enter this particular URL, we got this screen. So from where this screen is coming from is, just remember, for every website, for every website whenever you enter a URL, it is always looking for the index.html. Okay, so whenever you enter any website, it looking for the default file called index.html. This is actually called as the home page. Okay, this is actually called as the home page. Same for us also. um, 1 minute. Hello, is it audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, actually same problem, power cut. Yeah, I have connected to my mobile data. Fine. Yeah. So whenever you enter a website, whenever you enter any website, it opens for index dot. Uh, you can stop video. Actually, not required. Admit people joining late. Okay. So it look for index.html. So let's see that as for us. So when you enter this URL, it is also, this page is also coming from index.html. So let's see where is that. See, when I go to first tab, in the public folder, there is one index.html. Okay, so when I open this index.html, see, I have this page. So we have a head tag with some lot of meta tags. Okay, inside we have a body tag, no script. If you're not using, I mean, if you disable the JavaScript, and here nothing is there. We have just comment. If you can remove the comments, we have just division with ID root. Okay, but we got this much content. So where this is coming from is, to understand this whole story over here, you must have to understand some other concept called component based development. So what is component based development? Can you please mute yourself, Suresh? Yeah. Okay, so when it is come to Angular as well as React, both are comes under the component based development. So what is component is, a small portion of UI is called as a component. Let's take a nav bar is a component, sidebar is a component, so footer is a component, the card is a component. So generally, why this Angular and React has come to the market is to simplify the application development at the client side. Okay, because client side application is becoming more complex, so they want to simplify that. So they have given a solution such a way that component based development. So they divide each and every part of the UI into components. For example, when I say, when I, okay, let me open a paint. 1 minute. Let me open the paint. Here. Okay, assume this is your website. Okay. So in this website, generally website contains what? Website contains navbar. Okay, so website contains a navbar. Website contains a navbar, and website also contains a sidebar, and the website also contains a footer. Okay, and website also contains some cards kind of information like that. Okay, fine. So let me give some colors here. Navbar, and this is the footer. Some weird colors, don't worry. Yeah, this is something called this color. Oh, it's already there. This color. Okay, and white. Fine. So this is navbar. So navbar, they give one component, and sidebar is one component, footer is one component, card is one component, this main text area is also one component. So they divide the application into the various components. Okay, and the component in a sense is indicates a small portion in the UI. Okay, so this is how they will develop the application, and each component it will be like this. For example, if you want to develop the whole this page without using React.js or Angular, so what you're supposed to do? So without React.js or Angular, you want to develop this application. What you do? You write the complete HTML. First, you write the navbar code. Correct. First, you will write navbar code, and then you write the sidebar code, and then you write um, the main content here like this. Every source code you write in only one single HTML file. The problem is if you write everything in a single HTML file, it's very hard to maintain that. Okay, so the whole application, if you maintain one HTML, it's very hard to maintain that. So that's why they given what is every component. So every component one HTML file. It means this part is there, no, one HTML. This is one HTML, this one HTML, and they club everything together. So when I talk about the components, a component, uh, suppose this part, this portion you want to develop, what is required? One HTML is required, and 1 minute. I got power, so let me connect it back. Okay, so one HTML is required, one CSS is required, and also one JavaScript is required. Generally, you want to develop something, uh, this part, on HTML. So HTML is for the design, CSS is for the styles, and JavaScript is for the actual logic. Okay, so what Angular and React says that is you can club all this and you can declare a custom tag. Okay, you can declare a custom tag called navbar like this. They will write a navbar like this. Okay, it means they represent this particular component will be, it's a navbar component. Navbar, let me write with black. Okay, so this will be the navbar component. Just be with me, I'll be confirming you what it is. Okay, this will be what? A sidebar component like this. They create their own customized tags. Instead of writing the whole HTML and all this, they will write only for this particular code separate files. They will represent with navbar code and sidebar, and this will be like they have a custom tag called footer. So we have to design multiple components. So each component will have their own custom tag. Okay. So what React.js says is you can club this HTML and this JavaScript together, and that is called as, okay, so generally to develop the component we need these three, no. What React.js says is this particular JavaScript plus and the HTML. both together, they call it as some other extension that's called JSX. Okay, so JavaScript and XML. So you will write the HTML code inside the JavaScript itself. That will be the JSX, but we will generally write the extension .js only. Okay, and along with that styles, you will write .css. .css. So it means for every component, for every component, let's take one component. So suppose you have one, this is your component. So each component is a collection of one minute. Each component is actually a collection of JSX and CSS like this. Okay, so this is JSX and this is CSS. So let me write, this will be the JSX and this will be your .css. Okay, so this JSX is a collection of what? This contains one, I mean, this contains both JavaScript as well as HTML. Source code will be inside of this file. So this will be your JavaScript and this will be your HTML source code. Okay, and this will be your styles. Okay, this whole thing we call as component, and that component will give the name, I mean, like a custom tag, this like a navbar component. Okay, this is how they have designed the structure. Okay, first of all, they will divide the whole application into various components, and each component, the each part is a collection of, generally you want to develop this particular UI, we require what? One HTML, one CSS, one JavaScript. So HTML for design, CSS for styles, and JavaScript for DOM manipulation. Any DOM handling for this, we write JavaScript. But what uh, React.js says is JavaScript and HTML we write together in single file, that is called JSX format, JavaScript and XML. So thus we call as JS only and CSS. So to write one navbar, we need two files. One is one JS and one CSS. To write a sidebar, one JS file, one CSS file, and to write a footer also, one JS file, one CSS file. So every component, every small portion, and even you have a card, right? So this card also, if you have something like header and footer, this header one components, body one components, and footer one component. Okay, you can divide that as well, and this will be one JS and CSS, here also JS and CSS, here also JS and CSS. But um, how can you declare that is using a custom tag like this: navbar, sidebar, footer, card header, card footer, like that. So if you can see the actual story, it like this: navbar component, we have one JSX file and then .css. So .jsx we have actually .js only. Internally we'll have JavaScript and HTML. So this is what actually called component. And why I'm telling all this story is, you know what? This whole thing is one component. Okay. And moreover, for the whole application, this navbar, sidebar, this footer, and all this will be the child components. Okay, these all will be the child components of from root component, that's called app components. Okay, so in this app component, so your Angular, your React.js application will have root level is called app component. In that we have multiple components. Okay, so this is actually coming from the app component. So now let's understand how this is works. Okay, see here. So first of all, when you enter this URL, it will go to index.html. But index.html, what is there? Division with ID root. Let me take this once. Let me take that here. Okay, division with ID root. Just with this, no content inside. Okay, but still we got data. So now let's see where it is. So the generally your application starts from in the src. These are the files. Okay, in that index.js is the main file. Okay, if you open the index.js, see inside you can find something called, see, react. See, just forget about all this, we will discuss that. See, document dot get element by id root. What is this one? Let me copy once. Okay, see, uh, this one. See, in index.html, we have division with ID root. And from here, what they are doing is document dot get element by ID of root. So they are fetching this particular ID root, and in that place of this ID, they are replacing with app. What is this app? App is a component. It means in this place of division, let's say HTML, in this place of division, they are writing, see here, get element by ID. In that place, rendering what? They are rendering with this app. It means in between, they were adding this capital app. Sir, what is this app? What is this app is? What is this app is the custom component, as we have discussed. Navbar component, sidebar component, footer component, all this, like these are all child components of parent called app component. So this indicates app component, and app component means what? Every component will have one .js file and also one .css file. Okay, so let's see where are those files, because in place of this one, these will be there as a background files. So where are those? If you can go here, see app.js, app.css. Okay, it means in the place of id root, they're replacing with this. If you click on this, it goes to app.js, this file. Okay, so see here, just a normal JavaScript function. In that return, see the HTML source code. Okay, we have a huge HTML source code here. Okay, in that you can find something, image src logo and class name, and see here edit app dot sorry src something save reload. This will be there here. See edit src app reload. This one is here, and there's an anchor tag learn react is here. And if you keep a cursor, is showing to what? reactjs.org. So that will be this one. So app reactjs.org, and that's it. And sir, where does this styles is coming from? This styles, this styles, how does this image is rotating is, see there is a CSS file. Okay, so if you go to CSS file, see app text align center, app logo, the height, the pointer, this one, and they write some app logo, this animation spinning infinite 20 seconds linear. Suppose I make it some 10 seconds or 2 seconds. So what happens is will be keep, see it's become very faster, right? Suppose you make some 0.2 seconds, it'll be even more faster. See, it's even more faster. So it means your data is coming from this particular CSS file. I know it's very faster. Let's make it 2 seconds. Okay, fine. And then the header, they given some background color and all this, app link color and all this here. Okay, so we have know the path. Now I tell you from the scratch again. See here, very simple, man. What is that is your application will have these all the files. I tell you what are the files first. There is a file called node modules. What is this node modules is? The React.js is actually dependent on some third-party modules of Node.js. So all those third-party modules will be here. Okay, so there's a huge collection of third-party modules will be inside. Okay, some JavaScript libraries to support the React.js. Okay, and then there is a public folder. So the public folder is the static files information. Okay, which contains favicon.ico, that is this icon. Okay, this icon, and index.html, that is this home page, and some logos, and manifest.js. This is actually not required. Robots means this is specific to Google. Okay, so these are some static files will be in the public folder. Right, so along with that one src folder, so the actual source code of react.js will be in src folder. Okay, and along with that git ignore, this is for GitHub specific version controlling. Okay, so while building the React.js application, what folders to include, what folders not to include. So some information will be there here, GitHub specific, and there's a package.json. So what is this package.json is? This is the application's configuration file. Okay, for example, like a user manual. If you purchase the product, you have a user manual, right? So by seeing user manual, we understand how the application, I mean, how the product works. Okay, how to start. So the whole information of the project will be in package.json, and this package log is actually the dependent modules of the package.json. And readme. Readme is contains the collection of commands. Okay, so what command to start the server and what command to test to build. So those commands information is here. So this is generally the React.js application, and this external library, this is coming from the WebStorm. Just ignore these two. Okay, this is the file. So node modules means which contains the third party modules, the third party JavaScript libraries which the React.js depends on. Okay, and public folder contains all the static files. SRC folder contains all the source code of your project, and gitignore is a version control file, and package.json is your configuration file, and this is uh, the modules dependence information here. Okay, and this is the readme file, just some readme commands. Okay, now inside src, if you open, there are huge files again. Okay, so in that there are some files like setup test. This is to test case configuration. Okay, service worker, this is actually not required for us, you can delete also. This is for progressive web applications. As of now, this is just ignore this. You have what logo, see this logo, this svg file, this is actually represents your this logo. Okay, and next, index.js is the main file. Okay, in the source code, the main file will be index.js. So here the place where the real React.js flow starts. Okay, and inside we have index.css. This index.css will be the global CSS file for your application. Just like you want to develop any website, no, you will write a style.css. So style.css is the general file which contains the styles of the whole application. Same way for React.js also, this index.css is the main CSS file. Okay, the whole application, every CSS you wanted, you can write in the index.css. Along with that, app, this one, these three belongs to the root component. Generally, the whole application of React.js is divided into components, and every component is a child of some top level component. The top level component is root component. So whenever you create a fresh React.js application, that will come with a root component, and for that root component we can create a number of components. Okay, so this is the root component. As I said, for every component is a collection of one JS file and the CSS file. So JS itself is contained JavaScript and HTML. Along with that, you also have some test files for test cases. Okay, anyway, we don't need to concentrate on test cases now. So three set of files. So you can see now app.css. This is the CSS file, the root component specific styles, and app.js. This is the whole JS file which internally contains the JavaScript and HTML, and app.test.cs. This is the test case to test the code what you have done in the JS file. Okay, so for every component, three things: CSS, JS, and test case. Test case as of now not required. Just ignore that. Index.css is a common and general file for whole application styles. Okay, so these are the folder structure. So now let's understand again how this is coming. Simple. Whenever you enter this particular URL, it will be going to the public folder index.html. Okay, so in the index.html, they have this configure the regular HTML meta tags and all. Here in the body tag, div tag, root, so there is nothing, so you can't even see the source code of it. Okay, just one division with id root. So where this is getting configured is you have to go to index.js. This is the main file which allows to start the React.js application. So index.js, this one, this file. Okay, So this file, what they're doing is React DOM, the React DOM dot render. They're using the virtual DOM instead of the real DOM of JavaScript. What they're doing is dot render this app in strict mode, this particular app in the place of see document dot get element by id root. It means in this particular root, I am going to replace something that is app. What is that app? Is your custom component. This this one, this app.css, app.js, this all together will represent with app. Okay, and so it means in the place of this id division, copy this ones. In the place of id division, this app is getting replaced by the index.js. Okay, here. Okay, app is replaced. So what is there in the app then? In the app, what is there is this whole division. It means so the whole this app indicates this HTML. So this HTML has been incorporated in the place of that. It means copy this. In the place of app, you will be having this one. So this is actually the source code of the uh, this page. So now see div with id root. This whole thing. Generally, if you develop an application, we write in this way. Okay, but if you're writing React.js application, this particular source code, they take it as separate component, and they have written as a custom tag for that is app, like this. Okay, but I have extracted that code, so it will be like this. So class name app, some header, image, you have image here, logo, that is this image, and p tag edit src, that is this one, and there's an anchor tag learn react, and it will go to what reactjs.org official website. If you click on this, it opens a new tab. See reactjs.org, that was here. So they made everything this as one component. That's an app component. So they don't want to write just like code like this. Instead, they're writing capital app like this. Okay, just like this, we have to create our own components too in React.js. Okay, fine. So this is a flow structure. And even one more thing is, sir, fine, we enter this URL, we got this. But still, before we enter this in the URL, we type something else. We type what? To start the server, we hit npm start. Okay, as soon as application is created, we hit the command called npm start. As soon as you hit the npm start, browser is open. From the browser, we have seen the flow. But how the browser is open is npm start command, right? If you run the npm start command, it will go and look for the package.json file. Okay, it will go and look for the package.json for the start script. The start script. So some script will be there in JSON file. That script will execute when you hit this npm start. Let's see if you run npm start in the terminal. I think I have done it here. Oh, too many refresh. Yeah, here. If you do npm start, what happens is it will directly go to the package.json. Okay, in the package.json, this is the configuration file of your application. So these are the dependencies. It is dependent on just is a test cases, react, user events, and this three. And here scripts. See scripts starts npm start script. It is running react scripts start. Okay, and these are scripts. The react specific scripts will be declared in this module. So that is running the start script of this one. It means if you run npm start, it run internally the script. So that will take care about starting the application. Same way, it will kickstart the index.js. It will attach this app in the place of here, and so that application starts working. But the flow starts here npm start. And you want to build the application, that is npm build test case tester eject is to remove the build folder, as this one. Okay, and some other configuration. This is your application's configuration file. Okay, so this is the whole about react.js folder structure. It's very simpler. Okay, it means okay, I one last time I explain the flow. Just see, whenever you hit npm start, okay, when you hit npm start, it directly go inside the package.json. In that, it execute the script called start. that is running one more script called React scripts start. Okay, so in that process what will happen is it will open a browser and it's keep the default URL which is written in the script is 3000. So it opened that in the browser and it gets some page. So how does this page is coming is it is looking for the public folder index.html. So whenever this browser is open, it is open the index.html. But how this content is coming in the index.html is in that there is a polytag division id root is configured, but inside this root is handled with index.js. In that place of root they're injecting app. So what is this app is the root component of your React.js application. If you go to the app, so this root component is a collection of one CSS file, one JS file, one test cases. Just forget test case as of now. One CSS and one JS file. It means in the place of this id root, our this code is getting incorporated. It means this whole content is coming from this particular file. Okay, and sir, where is the styles getting applied is you can connect the see we all know how to connect the CSS to HTML, right? But here we are not writing the HTML directly. We are incorporating the HTML inside a JavaScript. Then how to connect the CSS file to the JavaScript is this way. This regular JavaScript modules import statement and the CSS file. You're gonna import it like this. You can connect the CSS file to JavaScript is like this. So these styles are coming from app.js. Okay, for example, I have not done this. I have commented this. If you commented this, what happened? Styles will not apply. Let's check. Let me refresh. See, only this image is there and some basic text is there. That's it. Same like here. See, image logo is there, p text is there, and link is there. So that's what has come, but no styles has been applied. If you have enabled this, it means it start looking to the style, just like our style.css will configure in HTML, no, like that. So it start detecting. See, I got the styles. Okay, fine. This is the default structure of React.js application. So now it's time to create our own component and our own styles, our own content. Okay, that's the plan because we don't, start with this. Okay, now we are pretty sure that this content is coming from this file. So I don't want this content. Let me delete this whole content. Delete. Okay, if you don't have anything inside, what happens? Nothing will be there here. Okay, it's a default. Fine. Along with that, I don't want logo. I don't want to display any logo on the screen. So delete logo and let me delete logo. Let me just remove the unnecessary things and app.css. I don't want anything in app.css. Delete it. Okay, fine. So now it's pretty clear. It's empty now. Okay. So now I write here. I write h2 tag. Let's say welcome to React.js. Okay, React.js root component. Welcome to React.js root component. So if I write this, you get the message. Welcome to React.js root component. Okay, fine. Now, what's my plan is I don't want to type anything in the root because generally the way of React.js is you have to create your own components and add them to the app components. Okay, so let's see how to create our own component because they have given their own component, right? App.js and app.css. I don't want to use this. I want to create my own component and how to apply my own styles. Let's see that part now. Okay, but in React.js, the way to create components is okay. Let's start with the concept called React.js components. First of all, again, what is components? Component means it indicates a small portion of UI. Okay, which indicates a small. It can be smaller, larger portion of UI. So what is the benefit of creating the separate component? So what is the benefit of creating separate what's the benefit of creating separate navbar, separate sidebar components is easy. It is easy to maintain. Okay, because instead of writing a huge file with a lot of code, you can separate files because easy to maintain the application. And uh, watch, easy to develop. Okay, so we can just only concentrate on sidebar code. We can only concentrate on the navbar code like that. Okay, no clumsy code. And also think the very best thing is reusability. Reusability. So what is reusability is, suppose you have a card component. Okay, so card component, how you write? You will write capital card like this, card component. So you write all the styles and seals, everything you represent with card. Now uh, if you want to display one more card, I mean, if you write card, you display the card. If you paste it, one more card will come. Paste it, one more card. Paste it, one more card. So how many times you write the card, those many times your real card will display, and you don't need to write the card code every time. For example, card code contains some 10 lines, so you have to write almost 40 lines. But in React.js, just write once, use multiple times. That's the benefit of component. That's called reusability. Okay, so these are the benefits. Now, how to create React.js component? In React.js, we can create the component in two ways. Okay, so two ways we can create the components. And first way is class-based components, and second one is functional components. So class based you can create, functional you can create. It means because in JavaScript, because React is purely depend on JavaScript, right? So JavaScript, you can create an object functional oriented, you can create an object using class oriented, right? It means functional programming you can do in JavaScript, object oriented programming also you can do in JavaScript, right? So that's the reason why React.js has given two ways. Using class you can create, using function you can create. Okay, so what is latest? Latest is functional component when compared to class based component. Okay, so I'll show you both now. Class based how to create, functional how to create. So let's start with a class. Okay, so I'm going to create a class based component, and after you create a component, I'll tell you how to apply the styles using CSS, and also we'll see how to apply inline styles and how to apply the internal styles and how to apply the external styles for the same component. Okay, and same thing we also look for a functional components. So let's start with this part now. Okay, um, and moreover, every component is a collection of what files, what type of files will be there, that depends on the name. Suppose you want to create a card. Okay, so card.css and card.js. Okay, this internally will contains HTML code plus CSS code, HTML code plus CSS code. And how you represent that whole thing is card like this. Okay, fine. And so let's create something called, okay, card, but I want to create class base and functional base. No, so let me create a component called class card. Okay, but generally never give class name like this, class card, but I just wanted to make sure that it's a class based component and functional component. Okay, that's why class card. Okay, so how you do is, in SRC, let me create a folder. Yes, there's code. One second. As of now, any questions till now regarding the flow or regarding the components? Any question till now? Anybody? No? Okay, fine. So let's start with creating our own component, very fresh component. So now people are chatting. Uh, JS have HTML plus CSS. Yes. Card.js is HTML plus JS. Yes, correct. Card.js is HTML plus JS. Yeah, we'll see that. Okay, so how to create component is, In Angular, we have Angular CLI to create the structure, but in React.js, we have to do from the scratch. So let's start. So src new folder components. Okay. Inside, I want to create a new component that is um, class card. So class based card. So let's do right click, new JavaScript. I create what class card. Okay, class card.js. And always remember, don't add to Git now. Okay, always remember your JavaScript must starts with capital letter. Okay, always remember JavaScript start with capital letter. Even the CSS starts with capital letter. Okay, and that indicates the component. Okay, so how you write the class based component will be is import React from React. Okay, and you need to write a class, class card. It extends from React dot component. So it means you are creating your own components. Okay, we are starting with 1 minute. So React DOM, virtual DOM. Yeah, we will see. We'll see. Wait. It's not time to discuss now. Wait. Okay. So class card extends React's components, and yeah, here you will write something called render method. In the render, return some source code like this. You can return something. In that, I write one division. Let's say h2 tag. Welcome to class component. Okay, and you need to export this. Export default class card. So this is the structure of class based component. Okay, general structure. So you need to import React, and this class has to extend. This has to be the child element of a child class of a React component. In that you have a render function. In that returns something, this one. Okay, so you have written a JavaScript. In that you have a HTML. This is not actually HTML. This is actually React.js specific own language. That's called JSX. Okay, so that is React.js specific JSX. Okay, slight different. It looks like HTML only, but small differences. I tell you what differences are there. But this one, okay, class card exported. Fine. You can export like this. Export default the name. Fine. Now, if you can see the home page, what is there? Just welcome to React component. But where is my this one? You have just created, but you have not attached it to the root. Okay, so this is generally coming from the root component, app component. But now I want to attach this card to the root. How to add is, see here, how to add is as per the class name. So what is the class name? This one, right? Same thing you write here. See, class card. Okay, so this is my component. As soon as you have added, it is imported from components class card. So this is your custom tag. Okay, let's save it. Go check now. You got the message. Welcome to class component. So we have successfully created our class component now. Okay, now I want to write some styles. Okay, I want to write some styles for the this card. Okay, this particular this thing. So we write only JS. Let's make some h3. Okay, we write only JS file, but how to apply styles is you must have to create one CSS file. So it may go here, new style sheet. So class card, same file name, so that we can easily understand this both belongs to the same thing, right? Same like see app.css, app.js. This is our own. Okay, app.css. So let me connect this CSS files to JS file because everything JavaScript and HTML here. So how to connect the CSS files to the JS file is simple. Import dot slash card.css. If you have just done this, this CSS has connected here. So any styles you write in this CSS, it applicable for this file. Okay. Before that, I want to tell you how to apply the inline styles. Okay, because our plan is what? Inline, internal, external. Let's start with inline now. Inline means what you do inside here. I say style like this, double curly brace now. Inside, how you write the styles? Generally, JavaScript, how you write styles? Document dot style dot background color, style dot padding, like that. So same way here, that type of property. Okay, so inside you will write color, color of type. In the quotes, you will write red. Okay, so if you write, this is called inline styles. So you get in red color. Okay, let me zoom little. Okay, and you want to give some background color, you can write some comma, background capital color will be something called blue. Okay, so I want to make color white. Okay, let's save it. Now check, you got background color and white color. Okay, so you can check now, sir. What is this background capital color? Generally in CSS we will write like this. In CSS, how we write? Background, background hyphen color, right? We write background hyphen color. But same thing in JavaScript DOM manipulation, how we apply background capital color, just like a JavaScript property, like style dot background capital color. That's what it is here, background color. Because if you're writing inline, you have to write in this format. Okay, this is pure CSS, but it's not CSS now. It is inside of JavaScript now, so that's why you have to write in this way. Okay, this is called inline styles. How to apply inline styles is like this. You want to make internal styles. You want to make the internal styles. So what you do is instead, I write like this. Instead, I say let uh, something called colors. Let colors is equal to an object. What's the problem? Oh, sorry, you must not declare that here. You have to keep inside render. Okay. Let colors is equal to an object. So I will cut this, keep it here. This is internal. Okay. So styles will be, and what is this thing is the React.js expression. Okay, yeah, I'll just come to that point. So colors, I have this, and I want to substitute that colors here. So you can just say colors. Okay, I have just taken out that source code to an object here outside, and I can just use that name here. So what happens? You get the colors same. Even if you refresh, you get the data. And if you want to confirm, let's make it something called uh, lime green. Okay, so you get, see, automatic refresh happened for the browser, and you got the color here. So this is the internal way of adding styles. So but the problem is, if you write inline or internal, you have to write in this format. Okay, you have to write in codes, this one. So instead I want to write a pure CSS. This is not pure CSS. Okay, I want to write a pure CSS. You want to write pure CSS, don't write all these things. Okay, delete this. So I just give the class call, class name. Okay, one more thing is here, class name. Why it is called class name is, as I said, you're not actually writing the HTML, you're writing the JSX. This is the React JS specific own language, JSX. So in that, generally in HTML we have class h3 class equals something, but here class name will be there. Okay, small differences, I'll tell you, keep going on. Here I'll give a class called blue. Okay, class name blue. So for this blue, how we apply styles is, we have connected this style sheet here. If I can go there, dot blue, first check, I commented the styles now, so I think you might not get the styles. Yes, now let's add styles. How to add styles? Here in the blue, it is a pure CSS. You can write the complete CSS here. Okay, So let's add color. General, see, you got automatic hint also because the CSS, no. So color white. Color white means I think you can't see because background also white. Okay. Let's make background color blue or blue violet. So background color blue violet, you get the blue violet, and you want to add some padding. So padding some 10 pixels, you got this, and you keep the text center. So text align center, you get the text center like this. Okay. So what we understood as of now is how to create a components, and how to apply the styles inline, internal, and external. Okay. And one more thing I say is this is the class based component. Okay. Now I wanted to create a functional component. Okay, same thing. I wanted to write the same logic using a functional component. So let's see how to create a functional component. It can be class component or functional component. You need to write one JS file, one CSS file. Okay. So for functional component, what's my plan is some card name. This is class card. I will make one func card. Okay, just to indicate that it's a function. Okay, func card. Let's create this component also. We'll write that. Let's see how to create a functional component. So right click new JavaScript. So func card. Okay, JavaScript file. So here how you write the logic is import React from React. So previously what we have done, we written a class extension from this. Okay, so but for function what you do is you just create a function. You can create a normal function or function expression or arrow function like that, any function. So I say let's func card is equal to one function. You can write this function or else you can create the ES6 specific arrow function too. This is a function. Okay, so this function directly returns something. That something is your HTML, I mean JSX. Here I write some h3. Welcome to what? Welcome to functional component. Okay, and let me export this. Export default func card. Okay, that's it. This is your very small functional component. Now I want to see this output on my screen. This is the home page. I mean, this is a root component. You want to do that. So let me go to the app component, app.js. Along with the card, below the card I'll add func card. So if you write func card, so what happened, your functional component also display here. So now let's write some styles also for this functional component. So what we do is go to the functional card styles. I'm going to apply not the local, not the internal. Let's write directly external styles. Okay, so what you do, you have to create one CSS new style sheet funccard.css. Let me import here. How to import? Import dot slash funccard.css. Okay, and how to add styles is h3 with the class call something called orange. So I given a class called orange. So for orange, how we write styles is in the CSS file. If you go there, so dot orange, inside what I write is background color, some orange, some coral I'll give, little light orange color. See, I got light orange color, and I want to keep it center. So text align center, got that. And let me write some padding, some 10 pixels. You get the padding. That's it. Okay, you want to add some box shadow. Not required. Just all styles only. 0, 10 pixels and black. You get the styles. Okay, so till now what we have understood is how to create a component using the class base as well as functional. This is class base, this is functional. So two ways we can create in React, and then how to apply styles in the local, internal, and external, and how to add them to the root component called app.js. Okay, this is a root component. Fine. So we have understand this concept, but I don't like this example because I don't like this very basic example. I want to design a nice card, the real card. Okay, so let's start with that one. So I'll just take a backup of this source code so that we can create our own component now. So what I do is I'll just take all these things as a backup. Okay, now see what I'm doing. This very, very important step. Here, I create a folder, new folder, React fundamentals. Why I create React fundamentals is because first we started with the React fundamentals module. Okay, this is your React fundamentals module. In that, the very first application what we discuss is 01 hyphen React first app. Okay, so inside I want source code. I just copy only the src folder, copy and paste it. Anything else you want? That's it. Just we have done only for src. Yeah. Okay, why I have done this is because I'm going to share this source code. Okay, I'm not going to share the whole project because the whole project is around 200 MB. So just to make this small example, why you want 200 MB file, not required. Actually, where you have done the changes only in the src folder. Okay, so I'm going to share only this whole project in that src folder. This whole thing I'll share. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to create your own React.js application. In that, you only replace the src folder. Okay, so that you get this. Okay, for every example, what I do is I'm not gonna share this node modules and all the files, just src folder I share. That is the source code. So you just create a new React.js application, just replace the src. I know because first day it will be like full of confusion, like a lot of full of jargon. You know what is component, what is this replace. Just be with me, okay? We will definitely you will get the clarification. Okay, fine. Because first class, no, you need to understand a lot of things of React. Okay, fine. Uh, React.js we are using ES6 or ES6 version. We are using ES6. Why you export default? Because I want to use that in some other file, just like JavaScript modules concept. Okay, fine. Wait. You will be having a lot of questions. I know. I will explain one after the other. Okay. Yeah. So what I have done, I just taken a backup of the source code. So I can delete now the components folder. I can delete these two, and also I can delete these so that it will be fresh application now. Just React.js. Okay, fine. Now it's time to what is best? Is a class or functional? Functional, not best. Okay, latest is functional. Okay, black npm. What is black npm? Babel npm. What is that? Babel. Wait, you are having some information about React users. Okay, wait. I'll clarify everything. Okay, just wait for some time. Just wait for some time. Okay, fine. And yeah, now okay, we learn how to create a component, how to create how to apply styles. We have understand, right? Now the planning is I don't like that previous example. I want to create a nice card. Okay, so let's start with that part now. If we have multiple components, then how can we arrange them in single line? Bro, I want to clarify something to everyone. I have just started. Don't ask me. We just started ABCD. You're asking XYZ code. Wait, be with me. Be with me. I will tell you. I will tell you. For multiple projects. Wait, man, wait. I know that you know something about React JS. I understood that. Okay, but be with me because as I promise, I start from very basic and scratch. Okay, so we are in just ABCD. We are learning. In future, we learn, words, statements, paragraphs, and everything. And we write novels also. I hope you understand. Okay, we are now learning only ABCD. So wait, every every doubt will get clear. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Now thing is H2. Yeah. Now I don't want this. I want to make a nice nav bar so that I can understand what is my concept. Okay, so can I do one thing? Can I write a nav bar? Write nav bar like this. Anchor tag. Href with just slash. Um, I'll give something called what we are learning here. Oh, okay, so React cards. Okay, React.js cards. Some example. React.js cards with styles. Yeah, here I explain what is JSX. Okay, wait. Again, chatting package log.json. Yeah, correct answer. Okay, okay. So nav anchor tag got this, and let me give some styles for this. Okay, see, I have written nav bar with anchor tag. Okay, so I want to apply styles. So how you apply? Go to app.css. Let's say the nav bar. Okay, so let's add some background color. So light, not light, let's say blue violet or confluent blue. Okay, let's say blue violet like that. And fine, let's add some little padding, 5 pixels and nav space A. I write the watch color white. Okay, just to indicate that what is the concept. Okay, and text decoration none, no underline. Okay, fine, and let's make little 10 pixels. Okay, so this is our navbar. Okay, and let me increase a little bit font size, some 16 pixels. I think default is 16 only, 18. Okay, so this is your app component. So why I used to write navbar? Because every example of React.js I used to write a navbar because that navbar will indicates what concept we are discussing. Okay, fine. So now what's my plan is I wanted to I wants to wait, but if you want these diagrams, can you take these diagrams? Wait, save as. Okay, React underscore one, and this one save as React underscore two. Okay, you can have these diagrams one and two. Copy. I can keep that in the src folder, something called notes. I paste them so that you can use that for future purpose. Yep. Now, okay, now one more diagram. What is that is I wanted to make something like that. I want to create a nice card like this. I want to design a card like this. In that card, I want to display good morning. Okay. And also along with that some text. Okay. This is one card. So this card I'm going to do in two ways. One is class based components and one is functional component. Okay, so let's create both now. So functional component, class based components. Yeah. So for this to make this card, you need to create your own components. So let me do that now. So I have this now. I want a card here. So what I do is src, I create new directory to indicate that is components. Okay, in the components, I create new JavaScript file because it's a new component. So JavaScript, let's make some wish card or something called message card. Okay, message card. So here I want to make a class base. So let me import React. So structure will be like this, and class message card extends React dot component. So you have to create a child class of React component so that it will become like a React component. Inside you have a function called render. In that you have written something called JSX. Okay, there are some rules in JSX we will discuss. And let's say export, yeah, default. So why I'm exporting is because I want to use this class name in some other file. This is one JavaScript file, this is some other JavaScript file, but I want to use this in this. So I have to export. Okay, so message card. Okay, now what is the data? You just write something called something h2. I am from message card. Okay, and I want to import. I want to use this in root here below the navbar. I'll add message card. Let's save it. So you check. You got. I'm from message card. Okay, looks good. Now I don't want this normal message. I want a proper CSS with nice card. So let's do that. Sorry. Okay. So let's add now. Okay, go here. Actually, you can write like this. Okay, you can self close. Okay. Yeah. Inside, I wanted one CSS also. Let's create that quickly in the components. New CSS, same name, message card dot css. Okay, let me connect that. How to connect? Import dot slash message card dot css. Okay, now let me write some design here. So what I do is I write a division with the class name. So it is class name because it is not regular HTML, it is JSX. A small differences will be there. Here we write instead of class, we'll write class name. And I tell you, suppose for example in HTML, right? In HTML, how we write? You write class, okay? In JSX, we write class name. And one more thing is, uh, in HTML we write img tag just like that. We never close it, okay? But in JSX there is a rule. You must have to close it like this. Even though it is doesn't have any close tag, but you have to close the self closing. We write like br tag, right? So br tag we're going to close like this, br slash. Okay, every tag must have either self closing or close tag like this. Okay, and class name. So very few differences are there. We'll see them. Okay, so class name, I want card, and inside I want another division with the class call card body. Okay, inside I want some h3, some message called good morning static. Okay, inside I need a paragraph p with the class called card text and some dummy text. So dummy text in okay, if you are new to this WebStorm, you can create dummy text with the lorem command. So lorem 20 tab, you get some. As soon as you press the tab, you get some 20 words. If you say lorem 30 tab, you get 30 words. Okay, like that. I want just 20 words tab. Now check, you get 20 words like that. Or if you say 30, just don't give space here, just say 30 tab, you get some 30 words. Suppose you say lorem 300 tab, you get some 300 words. Okay, so this is very easy for us to write some text. Okay, we don't want to waste time on creating text. So just 30 tab, 30 words. Okay, fine. So that is our yeah, this is about this thing structure. Let me write styles also for this. Okay, styles means we already connected the style sheet. message card.css. So inside what I do is dot card. Okay, so what you do is let's say width something called 300 pixels. Okay, let me write some margin 10 pixels, and let me give some nice background color. I just want to give the combination of colors background linear gradients some 45 degrees comma um, blue violet and some pink some color. Okay, and let me give some padding. Let's say padding some 10 pixels. Okay, let's add nice rounded corners, border radius 5 pixels, and little box shadow 0 5 pixels and 5 pixels and black. Okay, you get some box shadow, fine. And inside I want for card body, let's add little padding one more time, 10 pixels. Okay, looks good, but h3 I want little bigger. So card body space h3, the heading. You can make the font size around some 25 pixels, a slight bigger, but margin I make margin some 5 pixels. Okay, I have a card, fine. So we have created one component, and we have applied the styles, we have incorporate that here. Okay, now I tell you what is the benefit of creating the card is reusability. What is reusability is, see, I write message card. So message card source code what we written, we did this much, we write this much HTML and this much CSS. Now I want to reuse, I want to use the card one more time. So what you do, you just write the tag again. Okay, so you get the card, you paste the card again, you get the card like this. Okay, this many. Okay, so that's the benefit. Okay, so two times I written, so two times you got the card. So this is what called reusability. Yeah, I know, I agree that both are having same data. Yeah, I tell you in future classes how to modify this data for each component, because design will be same, data will be different. Okay, we will do that. That can be possible with props and states. Okay, fine. So this is how you apply the styles. Yeah, but we have to understand some of the rules about this JSX. Okay, first of all, I will make it single. Okay, so what are the rules? Let's see. See here, this is your app component, right? You inside you write what message card, but when you this, inspect this element, see, you have a navbar. This is the navbar. In that below the navbar, what we written? Message card we written. Okay, but what you got? You got some division, and in the division we have card. It means this will be this thing. Okay, so whenever you are writing the custom tag like this, what is the custom tag specific HTML, this thing will be injected in the place of here. That's what happened. See, what is the source code? One division, card body something. That's what happened here. See, below the navbar, one division. Okay, this is our division, because below the navbar, this one means division, one card and card body, good morning, and some message. Okay, so this is how it will be, down will be framed, and you can get this. Okay, and one more time, if I write the message card one more time, what happens? So one more time that will be pasted. So this is one division, this is one division, so this one card, this one card, see this one card. So here also card is there, here also card is there, so two times. Okay, so that's how it will be pasted. But one rule I tell you, what is the rule is, if I can delete this now, written. So written in the brackets, you write something. This is called JSX. Okay. The rule for the JSX is in this, at least one root element should be there. Okay, so whatever the code you write, one enclosing tag should be there. It can be any tag, but it must be one top level tag should be there. Okay, for example, I have copied this division, I have pasted this again. What happened? You got a lot of errors. Or example, I see here. Uh, See, this is the root level division now. This is root level division. In the root level division, below that, I write some h2 tag, h3 tag, hello. It happily works because now your division and your h3 enclosed in the parent division, it happily works. Okay, sir, what if I cut the h3, I keep it here, you get the error. Just see here, you got error. What is error is parsing error. Okay, so the problem is, I tell you, the rule is inside the return at least one top level tag should be there and everything should be there inside of that tag only. Okay, if you wanted to make that outside, then keep both those things also inside one root level tag and keep it. Okay, so but one root level tag should be there. Okay, let me keep it back to original. So this you must not route outside. I can write here. Okay, so h3, let's say hello. So this happily works. But one problem is there in this. What is the problem is, actually my root tag, actually my, this is my data, correct? Division class card is my data. From here actually my styles works. But why to write this extra division, right? Makes sense. This is my data, card body and all, I write styles and everything, right? But why we have to enclose this one? So if you write unnecessarily this top level, this will come in the DOM. See, let me see if I can see here, inspect elements. Yeah, see here in the body tag, root app navbar. Okay, keep the navbar aside. My message tag. See, first what has come? One division has come. In the division, card has come, card body has come. I don't want this extra division to be rendered in the DOM. I want my card directly. Okay. If that is the case, you can delete this. Okay, it happily works because only one card is there. It happily works. So now check. I have removed that external, only card. So what happens now? You can see navbar. See navbar, no extra division is there. Directly your card is there. Okay, but I want to write something outside the card. See, if I want to write outside card something, you get the error. Okay, so sir, how to fix this type of issues is, you have something called one tag from React.js that is called fragment tag. So fragment tag comes with React.js. This indicates the root level tag for every component. Okay, instead of writing your HTML tags, you can use the fragment tag to avoid these type of issues. So what I'm saying is, instead of this dummy division, you can write as a fragment, because if you write division, what happened unnecessarily, that division also added to the DOM even though it is not required. See, unnecessarily extra division added surround with the card. I don't want that. If you don't want that unnecessarily divisions like this, you have something called fragment. Okay, this fragment indicates the root level tag and you can replace this with fragment. Okay, so fragments, and inside you have fragment indicate the root level tag. Okay, and that come from React.js. So if you write a fragment, now see, you never get, see, app navbar directly card, and you never see the fragment tag. See, you got directly card. Okay, so this is, you avoided the extra div tag. Okay, so this is the perfect way of writing. So fragment and this one, because the rule is at least one root level tag should be there and everything you have to write inside. So that's the thing, and this is not just HTML, it is the JSX, and that's the own language of React.js. One small differences is you have to give the class name, and suppose if you are writing image tag, suppose you write image tag img, you get the error. See, as soon as I write image tag with some src empty, I got the error. Okay, even if you see here, you got the error. Error is parsing error and an expected corresponding JSX closing tag for image tag. It means generally HTML we write like this, but JSX we have to close it. If you close it, then happily it works. Okay, so you must have to close every tag. Suppose you write one BR tag. BR tag just will write like this, right? To make a line break, but still you got the error. Why? Because we need to have a close tag. So if we write a close, it will be happy. Like very basic rules are there for JSX. Even if you write some input tag, generally input tag also will never have close tag, right? We never close like this. We just say type is equal to text, something like that. You get the error. Input type equal to text. Okay, you got the error because no close tag for input. Generally in HTML also no close tag like slash input. Okay, so we have just slash. Okay, and it will be like this. Okay, now you got. So every tag will have a close tag, and class name will be there instead of class. Okay, and the rule for this is every return statement should have must have one closing tag. Okay, suppose for example I write one fragment and one more fragment here, you get the error because both are siblings, there is no parent for both. Okay, if you write a parent for both, then happily it works. Okay, but fragment will not display in the DOM, only the nested elements will display in the DOM. Okay, this is just to indicate a fragment, I mean this is just to indicate the root level tag for your component. Okay, so we made class based component with the styles. Let's make a same example with functional component, and then I'll tell you the next concept called props and states. Okay, yeah, let's start with another component that's a functional component, same example. So what I do is in this I create a new JavaScript for functional. So let's say message is there, let's say wish card. So import React from React, and let's say let wish card is equal to one function. Inside you write return. Inside I write a fragment because we learn the fragment concept. Fragment. So let me write a fragment here. In that you write something called same story. What you do? What is there here? Yeah, I have a card and all. Let me copy and which card I'll paste. Okay, card body. Fine. Let me export default wish card. Okay. So let me add that to the root. So below this wish card. So this is class, this is functional. So you get the card. Okay. Um, but the problem is you have applied this to, see you have see in message card you write the styles for the message.css, right? But still wish card also having same classes, but both that styles, this styles has applied for this one. This is like slight confusing concept in React. Okay, so that's the reason why what people used to say is never write separate styles for each component. Okay, because I write styles only for message card, but what happened, styles has merged together and displayed for wish card as well. Okay, so I don't want to do this. So what you can do is let me keep all the styles either in the app.css, either in app.css, or your root is there, application root level is index.css. You can keep in the index.css or app.css. As of now we have uh, app.css is the root, so we'll keep there. So both will work. And suppose if I change this to something called black, both will be applicable black. Okay, so this is the way you will create your custom components and you will apply the styles for them. Okay, fine. And so two ways we can create class base and functional components. Okay, so first of all, I tell you, um, our plan will be class base components we'll discuss first. Functional component, there's a concept called React hooks. Okay, up to static content, both are same. Either use class based component or functional component, but when actually come for the state management concept of both, then this will go for a separate path. This will go for a separate path. If both are for static content, then no issue. For dynamic content, maintaining a state, this go separate path called React hooks, and this will go in a separate path called regular state management and class based. Okay, so first we'll focus on class based, and once we have done with the complete understanding of class based, then we'll move on to the hooks. Okay, so our React fundamentals module goes on class based because we never know in the company they are using class based components or React just functional components, so we must have to understand both. Okay, we'll do the same project using this and this. One code application project is there, both can be done in this way and this way. Okay, so handling state using hooks is different, handling state with class is different. Okay, so we'll see that in future classes. I know and today many people has got a lot of questions because in this batch I tell you what is the issue is some people are very new. Okay, so for very new people, keep in mind, and very new people, so brand new people, I have discussed on the scratch level. Okay, so they have understand a little bit. Okay, and some people already knows it, React.js and these things, so they're expecting more, like they're asking for more questions. Don't worry, everything gets clear down the line. Okay, so because we just started, okay, we just the first class. Okay, so every doubt, every question of yours will be clarified. Okay, and what questions are there? Where we need to add common CSS files for all the components. Industry standard, yeah, industry standard you can add in the index.css. Okay, and you can add index.html or app.js. Okay, not app.js. Only styles you can keep in index.css. Okay, fine. So this is how you create a component and styles. But as I said, we are not going to write the CSS. Okay, it means it doesn't mean that we don't write styles or something. We are using Bootstrap. Okay, because problem here is we have tried too much CSS code. No, if you go to the app.css, see this much CSS code we write to get this, but our concentration on React, not on the styles. So every example we have to use Bootstrap because Bootstrap is having the predefined styles. Okay, predefined components are there, so we can use that. So tomorrow what we do is how to connect Bootstrap to our application. Okay, so I'll tell you the tomorrow's concepts. What tomorrow we do is tomorrow how to connect Bootstrap to your application. So once you are connected Bootstrap, from then onwards every example is on Bootstrap. Okay, and then because we don't need to compromise on UI. Okay, so Bootstrap, and along with that some concepts like props and state. Okay, up to props, up to Bootstrap, up to props, functional component, class based component, not much difference. Okay, when actually come for the state concept, functional different way, one class is different way. Okay, so from here we will divide them, and only we focus on class now, and functional we'll discuss when we start with the hooks concept. Okay, so that's a plan, and tomorrow we'll start with Bootstrap, how to apply styles, and we'll make some nice design, and we also make a beautiful website. Okay, which having a full screen background image. Okay, I have a plan of displaying one nice full screen background image. One website will develop tomorrow itself, because we know how to connect Bootstrap. If you know how to connect Bootstrap, yes, of course you can develop a website, right? It is static data we can develop. So tomorrow we are developing another React uh, corporate. Okay, some website will develop using Bootstrap so that you'll be clear understanding what is what. Okay, and then we'll start with the prop state and the next concept, event handling, form handling, lot of concept, navigation, routing, form validation, to too many things. Okay, so long way to go. Don't worry, just be with me. Okay, fine. And any questions now? You ask me. Today is the first class. Yeah, Ankita, yesterday is the first class. Okay, yesterday is the first class. I'll share the link. The first class is there in my YouTube channel. If you can go there. So today is second class. Okay, yeah. See, if you go to my YouTube channel, if you just go to YouTube and type my name, you get this UI Brain. This is my channel. Here, uh, see this one. So this is a demo class. This is software installation. This is not counted. Okay, this is the first class React. So yesterday we discussed what is React JS features and all. Today is the second class. Uh, Project creation, components creation. Okay, tomorrow is the third class. Okay, you can go through this one first and then today's class. I'll be sharing this with everyone. Of course, today is also a demo class, so I'll be uploading that to YouTube. Okay, now it's getting recorded, so I'll be uploading that to YouTube. And so tomorrow onwards, it'll be paid. Okay, so today is the last day to attend the free classes or free sessions. So from tomorrow, you can attend the class, but video cannot be uploaded to YouTube. Okay. So we are developing one beautiful website with full screen background image with full of cards, navbar, footer, everything. But that is not uploaded to YouTube. From that class, every class will not be uploaded to YouTube because from tomorrow it is paid. So I clearly telling to everyone, you must have to pay from today. I mean, today is the last day to pay, and tomorrow onwards, Friday and Saturday, you can attend the meeting, but video cannot be shared. From Monday onwards, only the paid people, because this link what you're joining daily that will expire by this Saturday. Okay, from Monday I'll create new link, so that link only accessible for the paid people. I hope that's clear. So yeah, that's it. Anything? Are you sharing the code? Yes, yes, yes. I'm sharing the code now. I'm sharing the video as well as code to everyone. Okay. And yeah, that's it. And okay. And I'll share notes also. But I share notes for the people who are already registered. Okay. I mean, the who are already paid. Only paid people can access. Of course, that's what the plan. Okay. So once you pay, I'll share the notes and everything. Okay. Fine. So that's it. And don't worry. I will say again and again. Today, maybe it is slight confusing. Don't worry, just be with me. Down the line, everything gets clear because we have to go in a very far way and we have developed very complex applications. So definitely we'll do that. Okay, every question gets clarified. Okay, just believe me and be with me. Okay, and EMI option. What man? Okay, you if you have any question, you can you can directly call me or message me on WhatsApp. We'll discuss. Okay. Just for 5,000 or 6,000, what is a EMI, man? Okay, you can pay in installments, but share the credit card payment. Yeah, I have shared yesterday. 1 minute, huh? 1 minute, 1 minute. I shared the mail. I explained what is a mail. I think you might have not read the mail fully. See, I think not this one. See, I sent a mail to every people who were all registered. I sent the mail, but I show you. I read the mail and tell you what I have done. It sent mail. Come on, this is just 2 minutes. Because I think you are not read what questions you're asking. Everything is there in the mail. I think you have not read the mail properly. See, suppose I send a mail for these guys. Okay, let me click on this. Not this one. I think yeah, this one. See here for this guy I have sent. So hope you are doing well. This is water training. See here, trainer my name. You can just Google it. Duration 45 days. Start date from yesterday 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and detailed course content is here. Okay, this link. And no, not this one, not this one. I sent some other one. I think some payment name is there for that. Yeah, this one, this one, this one. Sorry guys, see this. This is what I sent yesterday. React.js day 3. When you start with demo 1 to yesterday was day 3. Okay, so yesterday topic was introduction to React.js and day 1 video here, day 2 video here, day 3 video here. To the free videos and course PPT attached to the mail. The PPT what I use that I have attached and yeah, you can reply to this email and my trainer and everything and live demo. So what is the application we are developing? This is the live demo and you can register for any new people want to register. You can register here only for free demos. Okay, so paid thing I'll create new link and if you have any questions you can connect with me here and once you have done the payment, okay, once you've done the payment I'll give the telegram link also because there's a telegram group so there everyone can log in and everyone can join and if you have any questions while practicing you can just take a snap and post over there. I show you that telegram uh, group. So I have actually two groups. One is for regular UI brains technologies, this one, okay, and also we have this one. This is there are some 353 members only for uh, the online people. Okay, they keep sharing their questions and people will be get replying for that. Okay, so and if any website, I mean, if any application I develop, so I'll keep posting the links of that here. Okay, this thing. So every update about the class will be here. Your brains online. So this link I'll give you once you have done the payments. Okay, so done. Everything is there here. And payment details I given here 6,000 rupees, $85 for others. So you can do Google Pay to this number or Phone Pay to this number or credit card payment. Those who are doing credit card payment to the 200 rupees extra because they'll deduct the tax. They are deducting almost 400 rupees tax, but I'm just given 200. Yeah, bank transfer you want to do. This is the bank details. Okay, once you have done the payment, please do a screenshot to send to this email ID so that I'll give you permission to the paid batch. Okay, so I hope that's clear. And anything, any question? Okay, I didn't receive this email. Oh, okay. Those who have not received this email, okay, those who have not received this email, please send a test mail to this email. Okay, naveen.uibrains at gmail.com. Just send me a test email to this email. Okay, naveen.uibrains at gmail.com so that I'll send you the complete details along with the course content, along with the previous demos, everything. Okay, so those who have not received this mail, what I have showed, please do a test mail to this one. Okay, I'll be forwarding details. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and everything gets clear down the line. Okay, thank you.